Hi, I'm Pablo. Welcome to my channel, It's 2012 The Date, and thanks for your support. There's an iconic place in the United Kingdom that been chosen by the crop circle makers to make the most remarkable formations. This place is Silbury Hill Pyramid. Many of you ask me, where is Silbury Hill Pyramid? Is it in Egypt? Is it in China or Peru? I want to show you a small video where you're going to see the location and some of the most remarkable characteristics of this pyramid.
When you drive from London to Bath along the old A4, after a couple of hours, right in the heart of the chalk downs of Wiltshire, you suddenly come across one of the strangest and most mysterious sights in the whole of the British Isles. And there it is. Suddenly, something in the landscape just doesn't look quite right. A weird hill, more regularly shaped than the others, and plunked right by the side of the main road, looking for all the world as if it's been dumped there from a giant mixing bowl. This is Silbury Hill. It wasn't shaped by nature, it was made by humans. The tallest man-made hill in Europe, it's estimated that it took over 4 million man-hours to build and has been here for at least 4,000 years, maybe longer. For centuries, people have wondered who, when, and above all, why it was built. Now this giant hill is in danger of collapsing, disappearing forever, taking its secrets with it. A huge rescue effort has been launched, and the engineering works to stop this monument caving in are giving archaeologists one last chance to excavate back into the mound and unlock the mysteries of Silbury Hill.
I have a theory of why this place was chosen to build the Silbury Hill Pyramid and what's its purpose. Let me explain you this.
The Earth has a magnetic field, and the magnetic field connects different parts of the Earth.
And these strange anomalies occur, like gravitational anomalies again, and magnetic anomalies, and even like anomalies to do with distortions of vision. And if you sort of mark them on a map where they all are, they seem to form into these geometric grids.
Some researchers have discovered a strong connection between sacred structures and powerfully charged areas of the globe, where the Earth's electromagnetic energy gathers. Electromagnetic energy waves provide for all visible light and today's radio and cellular communication, as well as microwaves and X-rays. Known as the world grid, ancient astronaut theorists believe our ancestors purposely constructed their monuments on energy lines that, when mapped and connected, create a significant pattern.
The concept of the world grid is that the Earth is like a giant crystal and energy is flowing around in little nodules. And energy paths are intersecting and moving all over the world.
It is well known that the Earth has a gigantic core that produces the magnetic field that extends from the Earth's inner core to where it meets the solar wind. At random intervals, averaging several 100,000 years, the Earth's field reverses. The north and south geomagnetic poles change places with each other.
Professor Gary Glatzmeyer wants to know how much weaker the Earth's magnetosphere is going to get. He creates a remarkable computer model of Earth's magnetic field.
We can't reproduce exactly what the Earth has done in the past or what it's doing right now. What we're trying to do is get the model to simulate something that's qualitatively similar.
Glatzmeyer runs the computer model continually. Each year of real time represents 100,000 years of simulated time. He observes how the magnetic field evolves over the millennia. Around 36,000 years into the simulation, something unusual happens.
After being away for a couple of weeks, I came back and looked at the results and then realized that it had reversed, and it was exciting.
Glatzmeyer's experiment shows that magnetic north and magnetic south switch positions.
This is the surface of the model Earth. This is the surface of the model core. The field is directed inwards here and outwards there. The field is much more complicated on the top of the core. Now the reversal is occurring. The field is now directed outwards there and inwards there.
Glatzmeyer's model shows that the magnetic poles swap places spontaneously due to complex processes within the core.
But there's a problem with this ancient dynamo. It can stop or change direction.
Earth's magnetic field is not a stable, static thing. It's changed quite a lot over time.
Like the wine in the glass, Earth's magnetic dynamo can change direction. The North and South Pole can literally flip. Exactly what causes the poles to reverse is not completely understood. All we know is that it happens.
We know that the orientation of the Earth's magnetic poles switches every few 100,000 years.
Ice cores and deep-sea geology reveal evidence that 780,000 years ago, compasses would have pointed south. 50,000 years before that, a compass would have pointed north. It's a recurring pattern on our planet, and it may happen again.
It's almost certain that Earth's magnetic field will change direction again, but we don't know how soon.
In fact, the last magnetic reversal was 780,000 years ago, which is longer than, on average, the field reverses. So in a sense, we're overdue for reversal.
Due to the chaotic movement of the core fluid, the Earth's magnetic field gradually changes over the years. Animation shows the horizontal direction of the magnetic field lines at the surface of the Earth. The magnetic north and south poles are shown as blue and red stars, respectively. Note the change in location of the magnetic poles and the change in the speed of movement. Where the lines are blue, the magnetic field dips into the Earth. Where they are red, it emerges from the Earth. The transition from red to blue, where the field lines are horizontal, is called the magnetic equator. The difference between magnetic north and true north is called magnetic declination, or sometimes magnetic variation, and is measured in degrees east or west of true north. In these figures and animations, the magnetic field from 1590 to 2010 is shown. We can see the magnetic declination in only 400 years. The magnetic north and south poles are indicated by black stars. There is no data of how much the magnetic field declined during the last 5,000 years, but we can assume that there was several variations. If the magnetic declination occurred constantly, we have to imply that Earth's magnetic field's position of 5,000 years ago are not in the same position. That means that the ancient iconic places that were built on the vortex's locations of 5,000 years ago have today a totally different influences of the magnetic fields. Thanks to modern technologies, today we exactly know how the magnetic anomalies are on Earth. When we choose some of the ancient monuments' locations and check their magnetic anomaly, this is what we get. Egypt, Giza Plateau, Cheops Pyramid, non-magnetic energy. China, Xinjiang region, non-magnetic energy. South Africa, Barberton Crater, first pyramids. Non-magnetic energy. Mexico. Pyramid of the Sun and the Moon. Non-magnetic energy. Mexico. Chichen Itza. Quetzalcoatl Pyramid. Non-magnetic energy. Peru. Lambaye Plateau. Tucum Pyramid. Non-magnetic energy. Nazca Lines. Non-magnetic energy. But when we change to Silbury Hill, United Kingdom, there is a different view. Almost all the southern England is full charge of energy. Archaeological sites like Stonehenge, Silbury Hill, and Avebury Stone Circle are in a perfect zone of magnetic energy.
It looks like the builders of Sylbury Hill chose the perfect place for the building. It long lasts for more than 4,000 years. But how come I've been calling it a pyramid? This is a pyramid, a geometric figure, and Sylbury Hill looks more like a cone. I have a theory too about the shape of Sylbury Hill pyramid, and I'm gonna show you the details.
In August 2010, I made my first interpretation of a crop circle with a message about Sylbury Hill. This formation appeared in the area of the Avebury, Sylbury Hill complex, and I assumed a relation with them. My initial interpretation was the same as the general researchers, a flying saucer, and I made the animation in a 3D graphic.
When the tears of rain stop falling,
I was not convinced at all, and I added some colors and watched the result. With the addition of the color, the animation took a different view. I was sure that was something that I knew. That was not a flying saucer, and I decided to return to the original picture looking for some clue. There, I saw the position, and I found what I was looking for. Sylbury Hill. Although the design had similarities with Sylbury Hill, something was missing. The top of the hill was different than my draw. The hill was flat, and my draw had some strange shape. That was the moment when I had the first idea that Sylbury Hill was not a regular mound, but a heighted pyramid. My final interpretation of that formation was that the crop circle makers were telling us that some energy was inside the hill. That was just the beginning of my research. Reviewing past years' formations, I found what I was looking for. Crop circle of July 5, 2009, was the revelation of the truth of Sylbury Hill mystery. From that moment, I named the formation the vortex for the contact. I identified several layers of information that confirmed my interpretation. A flow of energy moving clockwise and counterclockwise. The ender of the vortex at the top of the hill. The earth passing the vortex and the original shape of the pyramid seal the data contained in this formation. The next step of my research was to recreate the two animations in a 3D graphic. The first one was the representation of the hill nowadays, and the earth passing the vortex. The three elements of this animation are the hill, the earth, and the vortex. Although the actual top of the hill is flat, an orb of energy represent the energy of the vortex. The second 3D animation was the shape of the pyramid when it was built. A step pyramid. Crop Circle's messages for 2011 arrived full of information in relation with Sylbury Hill Pyramid. More than 10 formations in the surrounding areas of Sylbury Hill and Avebury Stone Circle are warning us of how important is Sylbury Hill Pyramid for the future events. Some formations appeared in the surroundings of Sylbury Hill, and others not that near, like Overton Down. This design clearly shows in an elaborate 3D design the vibratory energy of pyramids. Jubilee Plantation Design remarks again the importance of pyramid. 27 pyramids, well calculated and diagrammed in amazing geometric pattern, tells how transcendental is the shape. Warwickshire, July 11. Another elegant geometric design. 24 pyramids in a very delicate formation. East Kenneth, July 22nd. The most important formation, with not doubt of the message. The Earth transition is going to need pyramid energy. Now, I have a very clear idea of what crop circle makers want to say. We have to preserve Sylbury Hill Pyramid. This is probably the most important piece of the puzzle. Now that I know that the hill is a pyramid, I can reshape my old 3D graphics and have a very accurate draw of how the pyramid used to look. Based on the information that they gave us, now we know that this pyramid has a new shape. The old geometric four-sided pyramid is not in use anymore. A new redesigned shape has emerged. August 16, 2010 formation is the key. This is a photograph of the new pyramid. This is a round pyramid of only 4 stories tall. This structure is surrounded by a water ditch, necessary to conduct energy. The material used for construction is crushed limestone, instead of limestone blocks. The top of the pyramid is flat, essential design to free energy. Something very important is happening under the pyramid. By an unknown process to us, the energy of the Earth core is transformed, absorbed and expelled to outer space by the pyramid. Probably, This energy expelled to outer space is opening the portal to the connection with the vortex. Probably too, the vortex is the channel that Earth is using to its transition to the new dimension. And that's the channel that we all are going to use. These are only my thoughts. I can't prove nothing of this. I only know it's true. I would like to show you something real, but I don't have that proof. But only God knows how he does the right things. I was watching again the video about Silbury Hill, and I noticed something unusual. Next, just part of the video.
And there it is. Suddenly, something in the landscape just doesn't look quite right. A weird hill, more regularly shaped than the others, and plunked right by the side of the main road, looking for all the world as if it's been dumped there from a giant mixing bowl. This is Silbury Hill. It wasn't shaped by nature, it was made by humans. The tallest man-made hill in Europe, it's estimated that it took over 4 million man-hours to build, and has been here for at least 4,000 years, maybe longer. For centuries, people have wondered who, when, and above all why it was built. Now this giant hill is in danger of collapsing.
Probably you did not notice something unusual, but I did. Do you remember when I said that one of the layer of the crop circle of July 5, 2009 was the flow of energy? That flow is represented by two orbs at every side, one's moving clockwise and other counterclockwise. I was watching the video, and the orbs are there. Judge yourself. Have a great day.
There it is. Suddenly, something in the landscape just doesn't look quite right. A weird hill, more regularly shaped than the others, and plunked right by the side of the main road, looking for all the world as if it's been dumped.
Just be yourself. Just be yourself. When the tears of rain have stopped falling, and when the sun comes out, it's a new
This is Sylbury Hill.
and when the clouds cast doubt,
It wasn't shaped by nature, it was made by humans.
just be yourself.
The tallest man-made hill in
Just
Europe.
be yourself. Just be yourself.
It's estimated that it took over 4 million man-hours to build, and has been here for at least 4,000 years, maybe longer. For centuries, people have wondered who, when, and above all why it was built. Now this giant hill is in danger of collapsing.